Hey everybody. So I wanted to jump on here and just share something with you guys. It's going to be kind of silly. Some of you are going to think that I'm just kind of cheesy, um, just silly. I don't know how else to put it. But you wouldn't believe it unless you went down that same path. But there is a whole community that surrounds about beards. That's just the topic is about beards. Um, so 10 plus years ago, well, give or take a few years, but around 10 years ago, uh, I wanted to grow my beard out, but I just couldn't. I'd get about half an inch of growth and it would just itch the crap out of me. And so my wife said, "Hey, why don't you try this beard care product that, they were advertising online and stuff at the time? I mean, it was pretty heavily being advertised." Um, so I said, sure. So I got on the internet and some searches and found this American-made company. Uh, their products are all American-made, veteran-owned, and that appealed to me. I'm not a veteran, but I consider myself patriotic, and so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give that one a try. So that was a Badass Beard Care. Yes, that's the name. That's the name of the company, Badass Beard Care. And so made my first order with them. Uh, During the process, they said, hey, they invited me to this Facebook group that was just for Badass Beard Care members, people who were buying from them. Um, and that was pretty cool. It opened my eyes to the whole community that I mentioned that's out there. And as a tight knit group of guys, just talking about family and whatnot. There was some times where we raised some money for some of the families that were going through hard times, or whatever kind of charities that were out there, that they wanted to get behind. Um, in that time period, I also tried Live Bearded, which is another great company. Has a great motto. Um, they do a lot of the same stuff. They support veterans and military, and they also have charitable works that they do too, and just funny commercials if you've ever watched it. And so that kind of sucked me into there as well. And in this progress of trying different companies and products and stuff, I end up coming across a beard club that I joined. Uh, Again, American, is all about being, American based, and they stood behind the military and veterans and stuff. So that appealed to me. So I joined them as well, and the same thing. I mean, we got behind a bunch of charities there too. Um, there was actually a young lady who was diagnosed with cancer, and we did a lot of fundraising for her, and was able to help that family out and help them get keep bills paid while they were going through their hard times. There was another gentleman that I can remember that was going through hard times, just having a hard time making ends meet, and none of this is really uh, what I was trying to get at as far as my journey of growing my beard out and stuff like that. But just along the way, I mean, these types of things happened, and it was a great experience to be a part of, and I'm thankful for that. But I'm saying all this to kind of get to some points. But in that beard club, there was another group of guys. A couple of them, were manufacturers of beard products. Also, one was a veteran, the other one was just very patriotic, and got behind veteran charities and patriotic charities and things like that. And we had our shirts that we'd buy with the club name on it, and it was red. Remember everybody deployed. We'd wear it on Fridays, take pictures and post on Instagram, and just support the cause and represent the club and stuff. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'd stepped away from the club because my career at the time was getting pretty hectic, and I actually had a title in the club and responsibilities in the club, and I felt like I couldn't do both satisfactory for myself. So I decided to step away from the club and focus on my career. Uh, you know, Real life stuff where I felt like the club was just the internet world, and you know how that can get. So I did that. I stepped away. But with all that being said, I mean, there's multiple companies that I tried, and for beard products, and they were all great experiences, and I enjoyed all of it. And that was, Lord, that was several years, I guess. I'm wanting to say probably time span of 3 or 4 years. Uh, During that time span where I started growing my beard, to joining the club, to leaving the club, and stepping away from the internet stuff, but in that time period, I still stayed in contact with some of the guys, and I mentioned already, Badass Beard Care was one of them. Live Bearded was one of them. The other one was Rogue Patriot Beard Company. That's Brandon. He was I got to know him very well, and very patriotic guy, very American type man, and very much a family man as well. Very Christian man too. So me and him hit it off really well. And I actually ended up selling his stuff here in my store, mine and my wife's store. I don't believe he's making it anymore. Another one was Karam Nadirtha. So I actually represented his stuff on Instagram for a while with him, and such a short time period. But I was proud to do so. He has great product, and I think Mike was a great guy as well, him and his family. And he was a veteran. He is a veteran. So I got behind him as well. But after that, I've been several years now that I've kind of just stuck with one, which was Rogue Patriot, because I was selling it here in his store, so I was wearing it for many years now. But man, that was some fun times. I really enjoyed that. Um, and I hope you guys are still watching at this point. I know this is getting kind of long, but I have a question for you guys. Actually, I want some help. I need some help from you guys. I've been out of the game now for a while as far as what companies are out there, because I think a lot of the companies that were really big and growing at the time that I was in that process, in Instagram world, and the Beard Club, and a lot of the guys I talked to, I think a lot of them aren't in business now, or I just don't see it very much anymore because I've not been in that world in quite a while. So I want to ask you guys, what companies do you guys stand behind? What products do you push? What are you proud of? What can you suggest for me to try? I want to try some new product in my beard. So hit me up. Get in the comments. Tell me what you like about what you're suggesting. And I'd love to hear about it. So hit me up, guys. Let me know what you're wearing in your beard and what I should try in mine. All right? Thanks, everybody. Any questions about the story? I'd love to talk about it. It was fun. I do miss a lot of it. Miss a lot of the guys. And if you guys watch this, any of you guys watch this, say hi. I'd like to chit chat with you guys again, catch up. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to talk to you soon, and have a wonderful day.